Hi, Kevin Henry of Dell Economics here in San Antonio today with Jeff Johnson of R.W. Baird, Wall Street analyst. Jeff, it's first day of the ADA show. Tell me kind of your impressions so far, what you've seen.
Yeah, I think so far, attendance is a little light, but I don't think that's unexpected given the location. It's a little harder to get here. It's still Thursday, the first day. We'll see how traffic looks tomorrow, but in this macroeconomic environment we're in, I'm sure there's some dentists maybe decide not to spend the money to come down here, or just being a little cautious in what they're doing from a travel standpoint. But so far it looks a little light, but not egregiously light, I guess.
You've walked the show floor a little bit. Has there been anything that's jumped out at you from a Wall Street standpoint?
No, I think what's jumped out at me is there's caution out there, some concern out there, a little bit of optimism given the industry we're in, and it's great when you can talk about an industry like dental that maybe grows 3 or 4% instead of 6 or 7% next year, as opposed to some industries that are backing up 5 or 10% or 20% in this kind of environment. But from a product standpoint, it just seems to us that what we're hearing from dentists is if it has a revenue return or revenue generating capability for the practice, or a positive return for the practice, maybe it's something they invest in this environment. If it is a cool product to have, but it doesn't have revenue generating capabilities or a positive return in the near term, I think it's going to have a hard time to sell. Some of the products we're seeing, the Lava COS system from 3M seems to be generating probably the most excitement, I guess I'd say. Some new chairs, lights, products, some little one-offs here and there we're seeing from some manufacturers that are interesting. But in general, I think it's more of the same. Looking at how you can penetrate the next 10 or 20% of the practices out there with digital X-ray, with practice management software. Still, where 3D cone beam products going to go over the next year or two. Now that we have more players, will they all remain in the market in this environment? I think that's a big question. I guess that's where it stands today.
Section 179 was a big talk a few months ago. Do you see it still playing out toward the end of the year?
Well, I think at best that will be enough of an impetus to get some dentists to maybe invest here and keep growth in dental equipment positive, but not where we thought maybe it was going to be. And I think 6 months ago we were hoping that the fourth quarter could be a 10% market growing kind of quarter. I think today we hope that maybe it keeps dental equipment growing in the 3 to 5% range over the next quarter. A lot of the manufacturers and distributors I've talked to, just feel like things have obviously slowed down the last month or so, the last few weeks, in fact.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask your opinion on the stock market and where do you think things are, where they're going?
Well, I think my outlook, like a lot, is not good at this point. I think where we were hoping maybe 6 to 9 months ago that you'd get a late 2008 recovery, I think at this point we're looking for a mid to late 2009 at best recovery. I think the likelihood of a deeper market recession is probably bigger today than it was even a couple weeks ago. So I think it will be a tough year. Again, from a dental standpoint, it has proven over the last 40 years to be somewhat resistant to economic cycles, and so hopefully we'll still get at least a little growth here out of the dental industry.
Thanks for your time, Jeff.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.